The strongest weapon of a manipulator isn't their words. It's your emotional reaction. Your anger, your justification, your fear. That's their oxygen. Today, you'll learn how to cut off that oxygen. With FBI tactics and the laws of power, Chris Voss negotiated with the world's most dangerous criminals. Robert Greene decoded the darkest power games in history. Their methods will turn you into an armored strategist. Without saying a single word, 4 stages, 4 weapons, 1 psychological armor that breaks every manipulator. Chris Voss faced the most dangerous moment of his career. An armed bank robber held 3 hostages. SWAT teams were in position. 1 wrong word, and people would die. The robber screamed, "You don't understand what I've been through." Voss responded calmly, "What I've been through?" Silence. For the first time, the robber heard his own words and realized how desperate they sounded. Those 3 words saved 3 lives. This wasn't coincidence, this was science. Voss developed the most precise psychological weapons in the world over 24 years with the FBI. Today, you'll learn them. Stage 1. The mirror. The Voss technique. Mirroring, the most powerful weapon in Voss's arsenal. Repeat the last 3 words of the manipulator, with a questioning, calm, upward inflection. Then you stay completely silent. But why does this work? Neuroscience. When people hear their own words mirrored back, it activates the prefrontal cortex, the area for self-reflection. The manipulator is forced to reconsider their own statements. Example 1, the workplace. Manipulator. You just don't understand the business properly. You understand properly? Result. They have to explain what properly means. Their vague accusations become concrete and attackable. Example 2, relationships. Manipulator. You're always so dramatic and overreact to everything. You overreact to everything? Result, they have to define what everything means. Their generalization falls apart. Example 3, family. Manipulator. After everything I've done for you, you're so ungrateful. You so ungrateful? Result, they have to specify what they've done and what gratitude means. Mirroring forces manipulators to turn their emotional attacks into logical arguments. And logical arguments can be refuted, but be careful. Some will become more aggressive when mirrored. That's when you move to stage 2. Stage 2. The vacuum. Law 4 by Greene. Always say less than necessary. Robert Greene studied 4,000 years of power history, from Caesar to Napoleon, from Cleopatra to Machiavelli. One pattern repeated endlessly. Those who remain silent rule. Why? Psychological reactance. People feel uncomfortable with silence. They fill the vacuum, often with information they didn't want to reveal. Your response is in manipulator mode. For accusations, interesting. For insults, I see. For threats, understood. For ultimatums. That's it. Nothing more. Example, the workplace narcissist. Narcissist. You have no idea how hard my job is. I carry all the responsibility here. Without me, this place would fall apart. You just sit there doing your little tasks. Normal reaction. Justification, defense, counterattack. Your reaction, What happens? They keep talking, and talking, and talking. I mean, not that your work isn't important, but, well, you understand. It's just that, see? The vacuum forces them to explain themselves. Their arrogance becomes insecurity. Every additional word from you is ammunition for the manipulator. Every justification is a gift. Silence is your weapon. Use it. Robert Greene spent his life in the darkest libraries in the world. He studied the power games of kings and emperors, of dictators and diplomats. He discovered power follows laws, unchangeable laws. Law 4, always say less than necessary. Law 9, win through your actions, never through argument. These laws created empires and destroyed manipulators. Greene realized the biggest mistake powerful people make is talking too much, explaining too much, justifying too much. Manipulators make the same mistake when you force them to. Stage 3, the illusion of control, the tactical no by Voss. Manipulators want to push you into a yes. Yes, you're right. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'll change. Voss discovered a no gives people a feeling of safety and control, but not just any no, a tactical no. Ask questions that force the manipulator into a no. Have you given up on this project? Don't you care what happens? Do you want this to fail? Are you planning to ignore this? Example, the controlling partner. Controller, you spend too much time with your friends. You probably don't love me anymore. Normal reaction. That's not true. I love you. I'll spend less time with them. Tactical reaction. Do you want me to give up my friends? What happens? They have to say no. Nobody wants to appear controlling. No, of course not, and suddenly they're justifying themselves. The power dynamic has reversed. The tactical no works because it forces the manipulator to hide their true intentions. And hidden intentions are weak positions. More examples. For guilt trips, do you want me to feel bad? For threats, are you planning to actually go through with that? For blackmail, is that an ultimatum? Every question forces them into defense mode. Stage 4, the invisible victory, Law 9 by Greene. Win through your actions, never through argument. Greene studied thousands of power struggles. The result was always the same. Those who argue lose. Why? Arguments are weakness. They show that you need the other person's approval. Power doesn't need approval. Never argue with a narcissist or manipulator. Never. Instead, use Voss's late-night FM DJ voice. Calm, deep, downward inflecting, like a radio host at 3 a.m. This voice signals, I'm relaxed, I'm in control. Your words don't affect me. Your body language says everything. Relaxed shoulders shows you're not threatened. Calm breathing approves emotional control. Direct but emotionless eye contact demonstrates fearlessness. Example, the aggressive boss, you're incompetent. Your work is garbage. I should fire you. Normal reaction, panic. Justification, counterattack. Your reaction, calm, FMDJ voice. Understood. Relaxed posture, direct eye contact, no emotion. What happens? The boss expects fear, desperation, submission. Instead, they see a rock. They get louder, meaner, more personal. You remain a rock. Eventually, they realize their anger is dissolving into nothing. Like screams in an empty room. Manipulators need emotional reactions like vampires need blood. Starve them of this food. Stage 5. The training, how you practice. These techniques are muscles, they must be trained. Exercise 1, mirroring with friends. Start with harmless conversations. Mirror the last 3 words. Observe how people react. They'll automatically explain more. Exercise 2, silence in meetings. When someone makes a statement, wait 3 seconds before responding. Watch how they fill the silence, often with important information. Exercise 3, tactical no with salespeople. Do you want me to decide today? Is that your final offer? Watch how they backpedal. Exercise 4, FMDJ. Voice in daily life. Practice the deep, calm voice in everyday interactions. On the phone, at the store, when making complaints. Warning signs, you're doing it right when people start explaining themselves. Aggressive people become uncertain. You feel calmer and more in control. Others ask, are you okay? Warning signs, you're doing it wrong when you feel manipulative. You use techniques for revenge, you forget to stay authentic. These weapons are for self-defense, not for attack. 4 stages, 4 weapons, 4 paths to psychological superiority. The mirror forces them into self-reflection. The vacuum makes them reveal their own traps. The tactical no reverses the power dynamic. The stoic presence makes you untouchable. But here's the truth. You were never the problem. You were never too sensitive, too emotional, too weak. You were just unprepared. Now you're armed with FBI tactics and the laws of power. The next manipulator who attacks you will face an armored strategist, and they will lose. You can protect yourself from manipulative people, but that's useless if your own brain has already been hacked by the system. The modern world is programmed to steal your attention and keep you exhausted. In the next video, we expose the dopamine trap and show you how to regain absolute control over your focus. And if you're ready to turn the page to your next chapter, subscribe to One More Page. Start small, keep going.